was betrayed. I don't care. Betrayed. Part. There's not really a part because for Halloween. I just felt like doing one horror thing for Halloween. So, for this what if, Deku was betrayed. So he pretty much gets betrayed from his. So he goes to UA. And he goes into his classroom with everyone. And everyone was kind of a little bit, was not really normal for some reason. They were all looking outside the window, all of them, even the teacher, Ozawa. And then once Deku revived, oh yeah, he was by himself. When he went in the room, and he pretty much was confused on why everyone was kind of angry, and he asked, "What is going on, guys? Or what's happening? What happened?" And they all turn around with an evil stare. And I forgot the principal's name of the UA. It's the mouse. I forgot his name. But he says that Deku has stole files of every student in this school, and Deku was confused and says, "What are you talking about? I have not did not even steal a single file. I don't even know where the files are." Does he know the file? I don't know. And the principal shows the video of him, of Deku breaking or stealing files of each student in UA high school. And Deku is kind of surprised and said, "There was a villain in the League of Villains that can turn. That can't be me. You know it can't be me. We live in a world of quirks. This is. What do you think? How can you tell us me? Of course, it looks like him and everything that he said, but he won't do that. Like, you could check his house and everything, and you could check his house and everything, and you won't see anything. And they don't care, and they say, if I'm correct, in the he's explaining it. Deku says, if I'm correct, there was a villain in the League of Villains that can turn, that their quirks can, that she can, they can turn into anybody in the world with cutting their or taking their blood, and they still don't believe him. Actually, no, he doesn't say that, because if he says it, it would be they won't believe him, and this is betrayal. And they don't care, so they kick him out of school. And since pretty much it's impossible for All Might to take Deku's one for all, it will pretty much just be with him. Let's just say they put quirk handcuffs and just arrest him like that. And before Deku got handcuffed, he said, "Why not try a lie detector and see if I am lying or not?" But they don't care. They know it's him. So pretty much, Deku is heartbroken because he was betrayal. He doesn't know why. Like, why would a villain dress up like him? Which he goes in, prison, and he's there for, let's just say 1 year, because 1 year there was a prison break, and he was confused because he doesn't really know anyone. He doesn't want to talk to all the villains or criminals there are, because he's pretty much a hero, but everyone from UA thinks he's not. His mom still is sticking up for Deku, because she doesn't work at UA or goes to UA, and she knows his son won't do this. Oh yeah, it's Inko. Now I remember. Yes, Inko, which is Deku's mom, won't really doesn't believe that Deku will steal anything. And since the UA, and let's just say this was around after the Heroes versus Villains, but just a couple. But the trip to the place when they fought all those villains was like a bit like 2 weeks, and I guess the 1 week they were looking for where the files were and everything, which Deku never had. They checked his home, and they checked, I guess, his locker, I guess, and his book bag and everything, and they couldn't find anything. And they were kind of embarrassed and disappointed that they just locked one of their students without giving them a chance and tell them and figured out. So pretty much they were, well, Deku's not there no more. I mean, he doesn't want to escape, but some criminals just took him because they think he's a villain and just took him with him. And Deku, I guess around the year, he had changed a little bit. He was betrayed, and even if they somehow find out that that Deku was telling the truth, he's not gonna really trust him. He's not gonna want them to go to UA no more. If they're just gonna, and then if another day happens and if he gets blamed, so it doesn't really matter. Or actually, he doesn't break out because he doesn't want to be a criminal, so he stays in prison because he doesn't know the criminals that broke out, and he doesn't want. I mean, he's a hero. He could just stop them because then, actually, he stops. Oh no, he can't. He has quirk handcuffs. So he pretty much stuck in. I mean, he could still help with just kicking the villains. And it wasn't the hero legal villains. They're just criminals just breaking out. So, I guess after that, the UA teachers go to see Deku, and Deku has changed a little bit. He unlocks some random quirk, which I'm gonna call Awful One. Which I know you guys are confused on how does he have Awful One. Let's just say, no, actually, it's still one fault, but with a darkness inside of him. So he has like a darkness or like a darkness quirk or something, and not Awful One. How would he get it? I don't know. I wasn't thinking. So anyway, he has like some darkness quirk, which he pretty much will turn into something which he is in it right now, which I forgot to move the image, which he's in this. But he's only in this when he's only like he could turn back. He was like this for like, I guess, like 3 months until he realized UA doesn't trust him anymore. He's betrayed. He was betrayed. What's the point? Did I hear the bus? What time is it? Anyway, so he was betrayed, and he was turned into this. I don't know what to call it. Let's just call him Evil Deku. And yeah, this is how he looks when he's betrayed. And I guess the UA teacher are telling him that they're sorry, they didn't believe him, and he's turning back to his old self, but he's not giving up that easily. And he explains that, oh, you didn't believe me at first? I was just gonna say that there's a villain in the League of Villains that have a quirk that if they take someone else's blood, they get transformed into any person. And you didn't believe me? If I explained that, you would have trusted me, and then we could have figured out who it was, which I don't know if you have done it or not, because I'm stuck in prison. Also, I forgot to say happy Halloween. So, anyways, where was I? And the teachers were sorry and everything. So, and then they get a message from the other teachers that the UA is getting attacked by villains in their trip, and all the and and Deku's gonna stay like this for a while. There's not really parts because this is gonna be a whole part. It's not gonna be like an hour. Actually, let me just check if it's not an hour. No, it's gonna be like 60 minutes. Hope it's a 60 minutes. Anyways, maybe 20. So, they go to the trip where they fight the villains. There's Nomu. The Nomu's way stronger than All Might this time, and Deku saves All Might, and All Might is shocked and is in shock because Deku's right in front of him, but he looks different. And since he has another core card called Darkness, it pretty much just erases people from resistance. Just like a Kai, but a bit weaker. Because why would I make a quirk just that OP? Any villain could just take it. And pretty much he can change if he can use his hands to change like into swords like Lois. Like he goes in his demon form. He uses little demon forms like aura, I guess. Makes some weapons like those big sword or something. I don't know, something like that. Let's just say his darkness can pretty much erase things and slice everything. So he made his hand into a sword and just sliced that Nomu head off. He said, "I like a cut, cheat." So he pretty much slices the Nomu in half, which erases him from existence. Which Shigaraki, I forgot. Shigaraki is in shock and scared, so they escape right off the bat because they don't want to get caught. So and everyone is the UA students are confused and angry because of why Deku is here, and Kachan starts to charge right into Zuku. No, oh yeah, now I can say his name. I mean, I could have, but I like to call him Deku. Is like calling Deku. Anyway, so Kachan starts to or use his explosions towards Zuku to attack him, which Deku he can't really use his darkness. I mean, he wants to, but if he uses darkness, he'll erase him, which he does. He erases he used like a little force field of darkness, and if someone touches the darkness, they get erased, which Kachan is erased from existence, and Deku starts laughing. I can't make an evil laugh, so hope this is okay. You really think I was gonna forgive you for lying that I was gonna betray you guys? You're the one that betrayed me, and now since I have fully since I am so pissed of you, I'm just gonna erase you from existence. Which he is so fast that no one could have kept their guard up, and Azawa was already damaged from the Nomu like in canon, so he can't really do his erasing quirk, and All Might's already beaten up from the Nomu, so they pretty much got erased first. Actually, he attacks the teachers, which he does, and then he goes for the students and says, "It was nice knowing you, friends," and he just sliced him from existence. So his classmates are already dead, and the heroes are erased as well. So now he joins the League of Villains, and pretty much
rules the world. I mean, he can't really, if he erases something, he can't erase the Earth. It's too big for him to erase. He can't erase something that's way stronger than him. I know All Might was stronger than Deku, but since All Might was already injured, he was already in his skinny form. Let's just say that Deku erased him, so he erased every hero from existence, and just left the whole villains ruling the world, and that's how I'm gonna leave it. And that's how I'm gonna leave it here. Of course, there's no really part 2 or anything, because he's betrayed. Why would it be another part with him just forgiven? So because this is a Halloween, I'm trying to make this scary, bro. I'm not gonna make him just forgive them right off the bat. I want to make this horrible. Yeah, bro. Of course, I could have just said just a different quirk and just said he had like some quirk that just that can kill everyone from existence. But man, I feel like erasing people from existence more unique. Plus, I don't know if YouTube will let me say something about like the BLOD word, blood, or anything. So let's just say it. Yeah. So I'm gonna leave it here. So this was a video of what if Deku was betrayed. So I could continue, but if I get this video at least 1,000 likes, I'll probably do a part 2, even though I'll probably have to change some things. So